Almost less than 48 hours that we are expecting this landfall in. Extensive preparations, of course, are underway, and currently we are joined by the collector of Kutch, Mr. Amit Arora. Mr. Arora, welcome on NDTV and thank you for your time. Now, coming straight to, what's happening there in your area. Out of all the coastal districts in Gujarat that are expected to be hit, we are told that perhaps yours will bear the maximum brunt, and hence the question, what preparations are in place?
Yes, as for the the expected path of the cyclone is there, it's expected to make its landfall near Jakhau port. So the entire coastal belt of these four talukas, Mandvi, Lakhpat, Abdasa, has been thoroughly scanned. We have mapped all the villages and kacha houses, the tiled houses, the patrawala houses that are falling between 0 to 10 kilometers. So that population who is vulnerable, which is vulnerable, close to 22,000. We have started shifting them. We have already shifted about 8,600 people into shelter homes. By today evening, we'll be evacuating all these 22,000 people. Iske alawa, from the Jakhau port, about 50-100 kilometers on both sides, we will be evacuating the entire 0 to 5 kilometer area so that there is absolute zero casualties. We have our teams on standby. We have about 4 NDRF teams. We have 2 SDRF teams. We have 3 RPF teams on standby. We have 8 army columns on standby, which are there to meet any exigencies. We have effectively prepared about 187 cyclone shelter homes, and which are well equipped with all the whatever the daily needs, whatever that may be required. We have about 1 class 1 officer posted on about every 5 villages to meet any exigencies. We had about 512 pregnant women who were expecting their delivery in the coming week. So we have already shifted all of them into medical facilities, mainly sub-district hospitals, so that there is no medical emergency on the, lady front. To cater to needs of children who are basically bottle fed or are dependent on milk, we have got about 2,000 kilos of milk powder and about 5,000 liters of packed Tetra Pak milk, which is to be stored to be used for 3 days. We have already prepared about 40,000 to 50,000 food packets to cater to the population that is shifted. We have, to ensure that there is seamless flow of traffic, we have extensive inventory made of dumpers, JCBs, tractors to evacuate as well as to clear any blockages that come along the way. We have inventorized all our resources, gas cutters, tree cutters. We had done extensive pruning. Cause of damage in the past, it has been observed, is those teen sheds that fly. So about 400 hoardings were removed from around the coastal areas. We have pruned more than 800 trees. Also, all those villages that have teen houses, though teens are being removed. Then we are already in touch. All the mining operations have been stopped. The agariyas or the salt workers, about 4,500 salt workers were removed from salt pans and moved to safer locations. Right now, no boat of Kutch is in the sea. Boats have been tightened so that they do not get washed away. And we are extensively patrolling the beach areas, etc. Simultaneously, we have had a round of dialogue with all the wind mill operators and the solar operators. They have been asked to remove their solar panels for their own safety, of course, and to ensure that in case any the evacuation network of any windmill gets destroyed or the wind speed reaches more than 100 km per hour, there's no damage to windmills also. So I think we have been almost working on all front. So evacuation is going on, and I think right now the most important thing is to ensure that people are evacuated, and even zero casualty of animals also happens. So we are in touch with dairy. Dairy has sent its teams to coastal areas who are educating people that they are not supposed to keep their animals tied, because if an animal is tied, there is more chance of casualty. So I think we'll see some mass evacuations in the coming 2 days. but that's for the better of all of us.
Right. So, Mr. Arora, it is feared that Biparjoy perhaps has very extensive damage potential. And hence, I'm asking you this question because just yesterday in the evening, we had an information coming in from Jastan, Rajkot district, that a tree fell on two people and they died. Hence, wanting to ask you this question, that are we sure that we will be able to ensure that there is not even a single loss of life because extensive preparations that you've already put in place?
Yes. I mean, no, the primary cause of casualty normally is dilapidated homes, the walls that fall down, the trees that fall down, the live wires that cause accidents, the electricity poles that cause accidents. On all those fronts, we are already working. We have tried to alert people. We have tried to put in teams in place. Even the communication towers have been maintained recently in the past 3 days so that there's no tower felling also. So I think, as I told, we are trying our best. And of course, Kutch has always been very resilient, whether it be the earthquake or the 98 cyclone. So I think we'll come through, smoothly out of it.
So, Mr. Arora, as per the IMD, and like you also, of course, said, Jakhau should be the area around where we are expecting the landfall. And the wind speeds, as per IMD, can actually go up to almost 150 kilometers per hour. Are we expecting damage to the Jakhau port and also massive inundation in that area?
See, as far as port is concerned, the jetties have been evacuated. No vessel is kept close to the jetty. पोर्ट में डैमेज जो होता है वो नॉर्मली जो जेटी पे शिप्स होते हैं वो टकराते हैं जेटी के साथ. So all the ships have been moved to the creek areas etc. where they are safe. The salt pans around the port area have already been evacuated, and the electricity network, that would be again the most vulnerable point there. So we already have, that's nothing we can do as far as preventing the damage to network is concerned. But, we have about 125 teams of electricity board on standby. We have about 13,000 electric poles lined up in our stock. We have a massive stock of transformers. And we have right now put all our waterworks, that is the headworks, the main water supply points, on generators. So there are 19 points in Kutch district that supply water to the whole city. So we already have 1.5 megawatt generators stand up there. So of course, damage in this way can only be minimized. It cannot be prevented totally because it's ultimately nature. But our effort is to minimize the loss of life and property. And once the cyclone has hit, to restore the normal life as soon as possible.
Right, Mr. Arora. In fact, my next question to you would have been on the electricity network because, I just wanted to know how soon can we have the restoration of that and the communication line. So you've already answered that question. So thank you so much for having shared those details about the preparations in that area. Thank you for your time.